hand on his butt.
Not today, like no kisses tonight.
You're the one that's not respecting my culture.
Every country has a-holes.
Slurping drives me insane.
Hello everybody and welcome to this week's video. I'm so excited today because I have a new friend next to me. I'm sure many of you have seen her videos before, but if you've not, it's Lucy. And her YouTube is Mama Lucy, so you can go check it out. She has some amazing videos explaining her life here in Taiwan, and I think you'll really find it interesting. So go and check out Mama Lucy's YouTube if you haven't already and subscribe. Lucy is also from England, just like myself. Both married to Taiwanese guys. We're going to be talking about our experience, how we met them, and obviously some cultural differences, good and bad, so we're going to be touching on those topics as well. How long have you been here in Taiwan for?
12 years, around 12 years.
12 years, about the same as me as well, 11, 12 years. So, like, who proposed to who then?
I think it was more, like, I feel like Taiwanese guys are more practical.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It wasn't like a big grand proposal. He proposed to me via text message. I was like, oh, I'm gonna go back to England to visit my family this week, and he was like, so are you gonna marry me? And I'm like,
but you're like, I don't know.
I didn't know you'd asked, really.
Back home, it would be like a big thing, you know what I mean? It's like one down on one knee and all this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And I think mine was pretty much the same as well. It was like, it wasn't, I wouldn't say it wasn't romantic, but it was kind of like, we were like, so we're gonna get married, and we'd made that decision, you know. And on my birthday, we went to actually choose my wedding ring together, and then after we bought the wedding ring, we proposed then. So it was more practical, like you say. It was like, oh, I said, he said he didn't want to surprise me with the wedding ring, what if he didn't like it? And I thought, well, yeah, that's practical.
How long were you together before you made that decision?
I think it was literally, we were together about 8 months, and we were married within a year of being with each other, so it was really quick. Like, it was really quick. Were you the same, right?
Yeah, like 3 months or something.
I think when you know, right? It's like, when you know that it's the time is right, you just think, yeah, this is the one.
Why do you need to wait?
Exactly! Lucy, so you've been married for how long now? How many years? 10 years? 10 years? 10 years, I mean, you must notice some like differences. So between British guys and Taiwanese guys, would you say that there's any like major differences, or would you say they're pretty much the same?
I really feel like Taiwanese guys are so much more practical.
Yeah.
In Taiwan, people think that British guys are so romantic.
The movies they are. I mean, there is some lovely romantic guys, don't get us wrong, but there's all sorts.
How do I say it politely? In the UK, I feel like guys will, like, yes, there are big romantic gestures.
Yes.
Like we said, the proposal, or like a surprise trip away, or like these like big gestures.
There's a lot of that. Surprises. I find that in relationship, there's lots of surprises, definitely, yeah.
But they're quite often also a-holes.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, yeah, exactly. So don't be misjudged. Like, every country has a-holes. And also I find, I don't know about you, but I think for me it was more of the emotional, like talking about feelings. I don't know if your husband was the same, but my husband was, I don't know, sometimes he was very embarrassed, like to be really deep with his feelings and to talk about how he felt, really like, you know, you have to like dig really deep to get how he really felt about things. And hugging as well, I found he kind of, cause back home we're always hugging, we're always, you know, even with friends and family, it's like, oh hi, you know.
Yeah.
And I think my husband found it, yeah, for a start, I'm a hugger, I like hug like 24/7, and I think he was a bit like, oh my gosh, she's so huggy, you know. Yeah, I don't know about if it was a cultural difference, or was your husband quite huggy as well?
I think it's the same. I think the same. I'll be like, oh, let's hold hands in public, or I'll like put my hands on his butt, and he'll be like,
like, right. What people around?
I'm like, your grandma's not behind us.
Exactly. Yeah, we're not doing anything like explicit. It's fine, right? Money as well. He's just so good with money. Like, oh my goodness, he's so good. Like, I mean, I'm not saying I was bad with money before, but I wasn't like great at saving it really. But he's so practical about money. Like, he's so good at saving money. So I don't know if your husband's the same, or is that just?
He always jokes that when we first met, I didn't even have a bank account in Taiwan when we first met. And he came like to my room, and I was just like, oh, we're going out for dinner, and I opened the drawer, and it was like a Jack in the Box. Like, oh my goodness, like, why is it all just just shoved in a drawer like this. Like, what are you doing? He was just like, this is ridiculous. He never says no.
Yeah.
And I love that. But he's way more practical with money as well.
For us, for me personally, it's more like about time. I'm not bothered about spending the time to look for the deal or to you know, change my money and stuff like that. But he's okay with that, and I think that's cool. You know what I mean? He's gonna save me a bit of money. So the next thing I want to ask, what do you love most about your husband?
Is there anything I can think about? I think we just have like really similar views of life, like what we want in life and what our desires are or how we see our future.
Yeah, that's so important as well, I think, isn't it? If you're life partners, you've got to have that.
If I want something, he will never say no. If I go to a shop, he'll never be like, reconsider. He'll always be like, if you want it, babe, get it.
Exactly.
If you want it, babe. And I'm like, oh, but is it a little bit expensive or shouldn't we? And he's like, if it makes you happy,
oh, I love that.
Just get it.
I think my husband's exactly the same. He does not give. He said, whatever you want to buy. If you want to buy a new car, it's fine. Whatever you want to do, just buy it. He's not bothered. He never checks up on me. I love that as well. It's freedom to be who we are. I don't know if Taiwanese boys on the whole are just not controlling, because I don't know about you guys. You can write below, but in my view of, like, obviously my husband and what it sounds like Lucy's husband as well, they're just not controlling. They just let us be yourself.
Not just with money. I think it's the same. Like, I can say to him like, oh, I want to come here and meet up with you and have a date, and he'll be like, sure, I'll take the kids. And the same if he said he wants to go out with the boys.
Yeah.
Please go.
Exactly. Yeah, please have over 5 minutes, right?
Go and have some fun.
We've talked about what we love about husbands. So the next thing is what we're not quite used to yet, because there must be some cultural differences.
I don't know whether it's just this week in particular. Maybe it's just this week you're asking me this question. Table manners.
Ah, yeah.
The table manners, the sound of eating. And we cannot agree on this, because he will slurp and
will he burp as well?
He doesn't.
Oh, that's the extra thing my husband does. Sorry, baby.
Slurping, it just drives me insane. And we can't agree on it, because he says that I'm just rude, that I'm not accepting his culture, because slurping is perfectly okay in Taiwan, and I'm in Taiwan and I should accept it. Yeah. Which, if I was at a table full of Taiwanese people, I would. Definitely. But I'm like, you live in a house with a British person.
Exactly, so we also have our way, right? Exactly, you need to be quiet.
My culture, that's really rude. So I feel like you're the one that's not respecting my culture.
And it is right, if we do that back home, if like when you're a kid, if your mum hears you like, you know, chewing really loud, they're like, well, you be quiet, you've got to be silent when you're eating. It's kind of a thing we just get drummed into us from a young age, right? It's the same, like, he eats loudly, and he said, I'm enjoying my food. You know, I'm enjoying it, I'm appreciating it. I've got
Enjoy
to
it quietly, please.
Yeah. It's mine, I would say. It's he doesn't have them often, but he does like the beetle nuts. You know, I don't know if your husband likes them or not. I think it's just the smell and you know, that it brings into the house. And I mean, I would never say you shouldn't eat them. That's fine. If he likes them, he likes them. But I think it's just, I'm still not used to it after all these years. Not often, maybe once a month, if that. But it's just in the redness of his mouth, and I just don't want to kiss him like that.
I love you, but I'm not.
Yeah, not today. Like, no kisses tonight. You're a daughter-in-law in Taiwan, so what was it like being a daughter-in-law in Taiwan?
I'm gonna be honest. I feel like I have had it so easy. Yeah. I'm so lucky. My in-laws are really relaxed. When we got married, they accepted whatever I wanted. I was like, I don't want a big wedding. Yeah. I don't want the Taiwanese thing.
Oh yeah, the 3 dresses and all this kind of stuff. Yeah,
I want to enjoy my day the way I want to enjoy it. And Alex isn't very traditional either. So yeah, they were just like, oh okay, we'll just go along with whatever you want. And they were so good about it. Having children, I didn't want to go to the centre.
Oh yeah, for the like 1 month thing, right?
Yeah, I was like, I'm gonna go home and eat what I want, and they were like, okay, well, we'll bring you over food, and if you need anything, we're right next door.
As well. That makes it so much, especially if you're in a different country as well, you know what I mean? That just makes your transition so much better, I think. But I like Lucy, and I've talked about it before, I'm so fortunate as well. I love them to bits. And they're so independent, and they just accept things. We don't live together. I mean, a lot of you know, mother and father-in-laws like you to live with them and things like that, but I never got the pressure to have to live with them. And even children. I mean, I've decided, well, at the moment we decided not to have children, and obviously in Taiwan that's a big thing. I don't get stressed from them either, so I think I'm so thankful because I know a lot of people do get a lot of stress from things like that. So that was our topic for today. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you enjoyed our today's video, then let us know, and me and Lucy will do more videos like this. So you can share below. Have you married a Taiwanese guy or a Taiwanese girl? Share your experiences, or if you married someone from abroad. You can always just let us know, like your stories below. It's interesting to see different people's points of view.
Yeah.
And please comment on what we've talked about today. We would love to talk more. So
let us know about your in-laws.
oh yeah, yes. Give us the gossip on that. Yeah, we want to know about your in-laws too. How is that? Lucy's YouTube is Mama Lucy, and also her Instagram and Facebook is also Mama Lucy. Is that right? Perfect. So you head on over to them now. I'll put all the links below so you can check out her social media accounts. They're brilliant. You need to be subscribing straight away. And if you haven't already, you can subscribe to my YouTube channel, Amy Ingwan, and My Asian Adventure, and my YouTube and Facebook is the same. And also, if you haven't already come to my restaurants, there's one in Danshui and there's one in Xingyi, and we're also on www.britshake.com. So welcome, and I would like to thank you again, Lucy, for coming today. I really enjoyed talking to you, and I found out we're quite similar in a lot of ways. Yeah, oh, you're so welcome anytime, really.
Make sure you like this video so I've got an excuse to come back.